Welcome to Level Up with CMJ. Hey, my name is Jonas. This is my Craps Master dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. Today is episode number 305 of the Level Up program and day number 15 of the Black Belt. If you're new to the program here, this is all about my daily practice of shooting the dice at the craps table as well as playing a blue-collar craps style of play. On the YouTube side of things, we've got Brian Fliegel from Green Bay checking in number 1. We got Kevin Smith, Joseph Ramus, Lazy Dog, and Navaldo. So good morning to all of you. On the Kick.com side of things, we have 0 people. So make sure you guys, we got 1 person. So make sure you check in, say hi. But let's get started right away. We're going to be shooting from the end of the table again today. Yesterday, and we got Craig from Old Bay Craps and SJ checking in on YouTube. Good morning, everyone. Yesterday, we threw the Ice Magic Toss, which was the power style grip, and we would line the dice back up here. But then when we would throw them, we would release them at a angle here. Let me get it in the camera view. So my hand was like this. And I believe it was, I forget who it was yesterday, was saying that I was using the wrong set. Well, we're using the 3V dice set for the first 2,000 throws. And after I'd finished the live stream, I had thought about the set they said, and it actually makes perfect sense to use that type of set on this type of toss, because this is an off-axis toss, and they were suggesting to use the all 7 set. And that may or may not have been why we got good results yesterday, our poor results yesterday, I should say. But today what we're going to do is we're going to do a power style grip, 3V dice set again, 3, 2, 3, 6 is what we're going to start off with. But instead of turning our hand like this, we're going to come from the back wall, and we're going to come straight out and release it like a regular power style toss. So just kind of give you guys a heads up. Good morning, Ron from California Craps Club checking in. So that's what we're going to start off with. Let's go on Crapsee here. Make sure that you get your bets in right away. We're going to start off with a $15 pass line bet. We got Demon Dog Chris checking in. We got Red Eye checking in. That would be you, Red Eye. Yes, it was. And Jason Nielsen. So anyhow, that was the suggestion yesterday, was use that all 7 set. But we are doing the 3V dice set here. So we're going to do a different style toss today. And again, it's been a while since I've thrown from the end of the table. Yesterday is the first day that I've done that for probably 1.5 to 2 years. So we're going to be just experimenting with a couple of different things to see what works out best for us. Today what we're doing, again, we're using a 3-finger front power style grip, but I'm going to stay square to the table. Tomorrow I might try doing this power toss again, but I'll actually quarter myself off and put my side up to the table. But today we're going to put belly up, flat up against the table. We'll go all bet set here and dice out. The big thing for me is to learn the distance here and to try to adjust the dice energy. And we got a hard 6, the double degen. So primary on top, that'll be our first point. 3-3 hard 6. Make sure that KPI is working, and that it should be. So far, so good on that first toss. And we're going to go 96 across bet level. Come on, Crapsee. Crapsee froze up a little bit on me there, but we got it working hopefully. So we're going to go 96 across bet level. That's going to be 15 on the 4, 5, 9, and 10. We got 18 on that 8. The $15 pass line bet. So instead of being the 96 across, we're going to go with 93 across because of the pass line bet. Again, that was a primary hit on the top, so that was a safe result. And let's call it all bet set. We only got 5 people playing Crapsee. If you're going to play along, make sure you get on in there. We got 11 people watching on YouTube at the current moment. If you're new to the program, I announce the left die first, the right die second when I give my announcements there. And we got all bets set here. Dice out. 3, 2, 3, 6. Just trying to go through everything systematic here so that we can get similar results. That time was a little bit long on that landing zone, but we have a 2-3 Justice 5. So that'll be our first box hit. And with this, what we're going to do is we're going to pressure 32 across. So we're going to go from 96 across to the 128 across bet level. And Crapsee is running really slow for me here today. It's kind of freezing up a little bit. We're going to try keep on going here and see what happens. And might have to get out and redo it again. But anyhow, we'll go to the 128 across bet level. So we got 20 on the 4, 5, 9, and 10. We got 24 on at 8. We are not going to do any pass line odds yet. So we're just going to leave it at $15. And that was at 2-3. So that was a single pitch away on that left eye. And that was a primary on the right side. So 3-2, 3-6 is where we're going to go back to. That was a safe result. Good morning, Durso, on the YouTube side of things. So let's call this all bets set here and dice out. Our goal today is about $150. We started off with just over $1,500. I think it was like 15 and some change. So our goal is to get up to maybe about $1,700. Which is about $160 profit. So dice out. And we got a 314, a Joe from Crapsee Journey. So 314, that's a primary on the left side and top. That is a single pitch on that right side. So ultimately it's a single pitch. It is a safe result. Again, we're going to go 32 across pressure. And I'm going to, just so everybody knows, I'm going to back out of Crapsee really quick and get back into it. For some reason, it's lagging on my side of things. So I'm going to back out, make sure that you guys get your bets back in again. We'll see if that helps a little bit on my side of things, but for some reason it's going super slow. So we're at 128 across bet level. Now we're going to go to the 160 across bet level. And hopefully that works a little bit better. We got 10 people playing on Crapsee, 15 people on YouTube, 8 likes, 2 people on Kick, and we got Olga. OLEG 2826 on Kick saying good morning. Hey bro. So hello. And we'll go all bets set here. Dice out. 3-2, 3-6. Again, go through everything systematic, get a good grip, up tight against that back wall. Just the bottom corner of the dice, or the top corner of the bottom part of the dice are up against the wall. Find my landing zone, try to get them to land square, and we got a 4-4 heart 8, the square pair. So that is another hit here, and that will be enough to get out of the shooter for the most part. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring our bets down, and we are going to go to the that's much better that I got out of Crapsee now that it's working a little bit more real time. But we're going to bring our bets down. We're going to go to 88 inside. So what we did is we brought $70 back to the rack here. No, I bought a little bit more than that back. I think we got 21 plus 28 is 49 plus 35, 49, 54, $84. So we're going to be into the shooter for $4 right now. So let's take our bets down. We'll go 88 inside, which is the 4-unit bet level. So we actually got $79 on the table because of that pass line bet. So let's do, now we're going to leave a no pass line odds. So that way we have $20 on the 5 and 9. We got 24 on that 8, 15 on the pass line. And we're actually into profit now. And that was a primary on the bottom side on both dice. Good morning, Frida, checking in on YouTube. And we got Lazy Dog over on Kick saying hello. So that is awesome. Thank you for the support on that side, guys. And let's go all bet set. 12 people on Crapsee. Dice out. Both dice came up a little bit short, but we got that square pair again, the 4-4 heart 8. So both of them landed and they kind of skidded to a stop. So we need to get just a little bit more energy to get it closer to that back wall so we don't get called up by the staff. That was enough to get a hit here, and what we're going to do is we're going to start trend betting upwards now. So let's do this one. So let's make that 8 look like $30. And Crapsee's slow again here. So we're going to bring that 8 down at $24 on the 8 down, and we're going to make it look like 30. And we're going to pick up the pass line for $15 in odds. So that we have a $15 pass line bet and $15 in odds. And since I backed out, I think, we're in profit a little over $100 here. So again, since we backed out, it doesn't give me an accurate representation on Crapsee. So we have our site saying your name. He says to say like Harbro. So we got Boss 316. Good morning. Terrible here. So let's do. We want to do turbo mode on Crapsee. We will try. And there's turbo mode. So Alfredo's having the same problems also. So must be on the Crapsee side of things. I guess it is what it is. What did we throw last time? We threw a 4-4. So that was a primary on the bottom side again. Both dice just flipped over on the opposite side. Nailed it. Good. Good morning, Waylon, checking in. If you guys didn't check out, Waylon did 2 videos yesterday. He did one with his dad and his girlfriend, and it was representing his dad's style of play, the 6-7-8 type style. And then he did a second one with his girlfriend shooting a dice, and it was doing the Baccarat style on the don't pass and don't come bets. And then he calls it the big 4 on the outside. So make sure you check out his videos over there. We got Coach Joe checking in. Good morning. Yeah, his is too many players and not too much stored data. That is not my problem, Kevin, because I don't have enough people playing right now on my side of things. Not like Alfredo does or Jeff or people like that. But let's go all bets set here. Dice out. Let's see if we can hit that 6 or 8 again. That would be nice. And what do we have? We have a 2, 3, 5, a Justice 5. That's the second time we've thrown that today. So that is a repeat dice result. So I am liking this so far since we changed this toss over. And if I can get that distancing down at the table, I think that's going to be a pretty decent thing. The energy is going down on the dice. It's looking pretty nice. You're saying clear the browser. I'm actually using the Crapsee app. If you're using the internet for Crapsee, guys, it actually is a little bit worse than the actual app itself. Make sure you go on to Crapsee.com and download the app onto either your phone or your computer or your iPad or whatever you're using. So that way, actually, it's supposed to be working a little bit better for you. So, anyhow, that was a 5, so we're going to make that 5 look like $25. And let's do this. Let's make the 9 look like $25 also. So now if we get an inside hit, we'll have enough money brought back to be able to pick up that 4 and 10. So we're at 110 inside bet level at the current moment. And again, that was a 2-3, so the primary on the right side. That was a single pitch on the left side, so that is a safe result. And let's go all bet set, dice out. And we got a 2, 4, 6. That is a Kevin the Carpenter 2x4. And now that we talk about Kevin the Carpenter, he is going to be John's guest this Friday on the Tales of the Table, or whatever he's calling the show on Friday night. So make sure you check it out so you can find out a little bit more about who Kevin Smith is and what he does and what makes him tick. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, Kevin. But that is our point. So we'll be coming out looking for a new point. And we have got $1,710. So we are actually at goal already. And that is only roll number 7 for this shooter. So that is perfect. So what that tells me now is that we're going to stick with that $15 pass line bet. And I'm just going to stick with just the 6 and 8 right now after we get our money back up again. And we'll start building up from that 6 and 8. So we'll start off with an $18 6 and this $18 8, unless that's one of our points. The last roll here, that was a single pitch on that left die. That was a double pitch on the right die. So ultimately it's a single pitch of the dice, stayed on axis. And we'll call it all bets set here and dice out. A trip around the table. Thank you, Kevin. That is exactly what it is. So you are most welcome, my friend. So all bets set, dice out, 3, 2, 3, 6. And by the way, Kevin also had a remarkable throw for the international shooter competition the other day. So congratulations on that as well. And we got a 4, 6, 10. That is Waylon's best friend weighing it in, Daddy Joe. So we're just talking about Waylon and his dad shows up on the table. 4, 6, 10. So 10 is our point. And I'm going to bring my bets down, and we're going to go to an $18 6 and 8. So that way we have, we're just pretty much at goal almost then with that when we do this. So let's bring bets down. We'll lock into 6 and 8. We'll make it 6 look like 18. We'll make that 8 look like 18 because we were on a $15 table. So if I was to lose everything right now, we would be $41 below my goal for the day. And I'm fine with that if that would happen. That was a explosion on that left die. That was a double pitch on the right die. So we're starting to get a little bit too many double pitches here for my liking. But again, when we get the dice to the opposite end of the table, I want to have a 3 or 4 showing. And pretty much every single dice result that we've had so far has had that 3 or 4 showing on top. So that's perfect. And let's call this all bets set here and dice out. So what we're going to do is we got $18 on the 6 and 8. If we can hit a 6 or 8, we'll make it look like $30 on the 6 and 8. And if we can hit it again, then we'll come down. We'll start doing that that iron cross variation that we were doing the other day. So dice out. A little bit long on the landing zone. And we've got a KitchenAid mixer, 1, 5, 6, the KitchenAid mixer. So we did hit the 6, that's perfect. So that's going to allow us to make that 6 and 8 look like $30. So we're going to drop $3 to get to that. And if you really want to screw up the dealers, you throw that $3 out there and say, bring me the $30. And a lot of them just kind of look at you like, that don't make sense. But they pass the chips off to the box man. They say, count them up. And they do. And it comes out to be $60. So Um, That was an implosion on that left die. They're picking on Kevin Smith on here, and that was an implosion on the right die. So that was a double implosion of the dice. And we'll call this all bet set. We got $38 on the 6 and $30 on the 8. $15 pass line bet, which is the point is the 10. And all bet set here. Let's see if we can hit that 6 and 8 one more time. That'd be perfect. Dice did cross at the end, and sure enough, we got another 6. So we got 2, 4, 6. Another Kevin the Carpenter 2x4. So that puts a dilemma out for me, because what I would normally do now is I would bring my bets down, and I would go back to the $18 6 and 8, and I would pick up a $15 field bet. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the 6 and 8 down to 18 again, because again, remember, we are in profit right now. So let's bring our bets down. We'll make the 6 and 8 look like $18. And let's pick up that 5. Yeah, let's pick up the 5 for $15 right now. And so that way if we keep on hitting that 6 and 8, that's not going to hurt us at all. We'll just trend bet those up. But if we start hitting some of the outside numbers, I'll take that 5 down and I'll hop the 5 for $2, and I'll go back to the field bet like I originally planned on doing here. So that was again a single pitch on that left die. That was a double pitch on the right die. So ultimately a single pitch of the dice. We'll go back to the 3, 2, 3, 6. That was 3 showing on top, so that's perfect. And all bets set here. Dice out. 22 people watching on YouTube, 13 likes. Make sure you give me that thumbs up, guys, on your way out if you appreciate this material. Dice out. A little short on the landing zone this time. And this time we've got a 145, the truck and camper. So I'm glad we picked up that 5. And we would have lost the field bet if we would have went with that. So we made a good choice. So let's do this one. So let's make that 5 look like $25. So we'll trend bet that one up at least. Or better yet, let's do this one. So that was $21 brought back to the rack. Let's increase the 5, 6, and 8 up by 1 unit each. So we're going to drop $17 onto the table, and we brought back 21. So that's a pretty decent exchange. A profit of $4 in the rack. The rest of us put on a table. So hopefully we can hit those, since we are hitting that 6 and 8 a little bit more often. We are up a little over $200, almost $230 for the day. So that's pretty good. So again, that was a implosion on that left die. We had a double pitch on that right die. So that double pitch on the right dice happened pretty consistently. So something to take note of. And again, we've had a 3 or a 4 on top on pretty much every single dice roll except for one of them today so far. So let's go all bets set here. And dice out. 4 people on Kick. Make sure you say hi if you are watching on Kick. Dice out. Ooh, that left die popped up. Let's see what we got. We got a 3, 5, 8, a great 8. So we got lucky on that one, because that left one popped way up in the air. It landed down on a primary number, and that's an implosion this time on that right die. So this is, I think, the first time in a while that we've actually had one dice off axis on the right side. I'm gonna call that a mechanical deficiency there, so we're not gonna really analyze the dice too much on this one. That was an 8, so let's go to $30 on the 6 and 8. We're just gonna pressure up 1 unit. And let's go up another unit on that 5. So we got 25 on the 5, 30 on the 6, 30 on the 8. We have $1,800 in our rack. If I was to lose everything right now that's on the table, I would actually be $15 over goal. So that's awesome that we are in that position here. Good morning, Ryan from Mark the Point checking in. Ryan's been doing some massive amounts of videos as well, doing a lot of live streams. So make sure you check out his channel. He goes through a lot of strategy rollouts. And he yesterday put out his regression strategy that he likes so much. So all bets set here. 3236, dice out. And now this time that right die popped up. And this time we got the 2-2 hard for the Ian Double Deuce, or the 2-2 let's go on a cruise with Brian from Holy Roller. So that was no help for us this time. That was the first time in a while that we have not gotten either a 3 or 4 on top. So we'll keep that in mind as we're going through. We are on roll number 14 coming up, and we've only hit a 4, 5, 6, 8, or 10 so far. We've not hit a 9 on this shooter. Actually, we did. Why is it not showing up? Well, it shows up on Crapsee, but it's on KPI, but not on Crapsee. Oh, maybe that's because I reset the, I got out of it and came back into it. Maybe that's what that was all about. I don't know. So 3236. That last one was a single pitch of the dice and an explosion of the dice on the right side. You are welcome, Ryan. And we'll go all bets set here. Dice out. Ooh, both dice came up a little bit short, and that's going to be the end of the roll. We got a 2, 5, 7. Ouch. So not a bad first roll. We made go. So that means that I would be done with this session. I'd be walking out of the casino, or at least taking a break here, and in the real life at a casino, and that would be the blue collar craps way of doing things. We used our fun money to bring our profits up a little bit. We ended up with $15 over goal. So we made roughly about $200 today on that first shooter. So we're going to actually do our rollouts for the rest of the day now, and I'm not going to do any betting, so that way you guys can play along with Crapsee. I made go, and that I'm fine with that. So we're just going to concentrate on getting the shooting down. Today, when I was warming up a little bit, I got the barrel dice out for the first time in a long time, and I throw them from this position, and what I was finding is that my dice were flying through the air on an angle like this, and it was slightly forward. So I had to adjust it a little bit to bring it back so it came flat. And I found that when I release the dice now, my knuckle here has to be the highest point in order to keep the dice square when I release from this position. So that's something to kind of, wrap my head around and work on. So here's a question. He had 2 bets out, and the dealer changed. The new dealer started paying you place wins on those bets and left them up. What would you have done? That specific thing has never happened to me, but when I have had bets out, sometimes on the 7 rolls, they never took it down. And usually the first time I'll say something to the dealer, hey, you might want to take that down, or the bet travels, or whatever the story is. But I only give them one chance. And if they don't pick up after that, I just leave it. Sometimes they clear it on the 7, sometimes they don't. I consider it an extra bonus for me, I guess, but I will at least let them know one time. I try to be honest. I try to be ethical. I try to help them do their job, because if I help them do their job, they're going to help me, hopefully, if I forget to do something that I normally do on the table. So after that, though, I usually don't say anything. So that's just kind of my style of doing things. But let's go all bets set. This is going to be shooter number 2, looking for a new point. He took them down and bolted because they're up. That's awesome. But anyhow, dice out. That was a little bit high energy. Caught a good bounce there, but we have a 6-1 on a come out. So that is a, that was a 6-1, not a 4-1. 6-1 on the come out. So that is a pass line winner, a natural. Still looking for a point here. And that was a lot of energy on that dice. They came down and must just hit perfect, and they both rolled straight into the wall and popped quite a distance out. Again, we'll go 3, 2, 3, 6 because that was not a normal dice result, not a normal dice roll. So get your bets in here so we can go all bets set here. Again, when I press my button on my side, you guys got a counter from 10 down to 0 to get your bets in. And I can't enter my bets in for at least 5 seconds. Duracell goes, it's like Monopoly, the casino air dice in, and yep. So anyhow, dice out. Especially if it's a newer dealer, I'll say something once, maybe twice. Dice out. And we got a 2-1-3 ace deuce Alfredo sauce. So we got a pass line winner on the first toss. We got a pass line loser on the second toss. Still looking for a point of shooter number 2. First shooter was 14 throws long, so that was a pretty decent start to the day. Hopefully we can replicate that. We did not really throw much garbage on the first thrower, though, so shooter. Baker error in your favor, quick $50. You know, it's kind of like if you go to Walmart and they give you the wrong change and you tell them, hey, that's the wrong change, and you like, and they're like, yeah, it's the right change. And then you're like, okay, fine. You walk out the door, you know, $20-30 richer. You at least made that attempt to let them know that they made a mistake, they made an error. But if they're going to enforce it, I mean, why not? Take the money, I guess, and run. So we'll go all bets set here, dice out. 3, 2, 3, 6. Looking for a point yet. Ooh, that left eye bounced up and popped out. And this time we got a 3-1-4 Joe from Crapsee Master Journey. So our point will be 4. I don't like the way that left eye popped up in the air. But I will take the result. Again, we'll stick with the 3, 2, 3, 6. Been treating us good. We've been getting 3s or 4s mostly on top. So that's what one of our goals is. We will, however, change to the cousin 2 set. The 3, 2, 3, 6 one is the cousin 1 set. We will, however, change to the cousin 2 set if we start getting some warning shots coming up on a frequent basis. So 16 people in Crapsee. We got 26 people watching. Wow, on YouTube. That is awesome. I thank everybody for showing up here and participating in the chat. But we'll go all bets set. I didn't enter the 3 in Crapsee, huh? Oh, I apologize for that, guys. I cannot go back in Crapsee, unfortunately, and change that or correct it. That is one of the bad things about this version of Crapsee, or Crapsee so far. I had heard that in the future they might make that so we can do that. Dice out. And we got a KitchenAid mixer, 516. If that would happen on KPI, though, I can go back in KPI and change that. I just cannot change Crapsee at all, unfortunately. So we got 516. So if you had money out, that should be an inside box hit. And we've thrown 5 sixes already out of 18 rolls, so that's a pretty significant number. Something that you might want to bet on. That was a single pitch towards us on that left die. That was a single pitch away on the right die. So that's ultimately towards us. So that was a primary hit. That was a primary on the back side there. So we're going to stick with the 3-2-3-6. And if we continue getting dice rolls without a 3 or 4 showing like we have recently here, let's do it anyhow. Let's just roll the dice away 1/4 turn on both sides. So we'll go to a 2-4-6-4 dice and see if we can start getting that that 3 and 4 showing again. Yeah, I'm with you too, Ryan. If I forget to pay for something and it's an honest mistake, I will definitely go in and let them know that. And that goes for gas stations, Walmarts, all that stuff. What comes around goes around, I always believe, But all bets set here, dice out. 2-4-6-4. Ooh, dice cross rule wickedly. We got a 6-1-7. So that is a short roll. 6-1, not a 1-1. 6-1, 7 out. So that was a short roll. It was only 5 rolls long. We need to focus a little bit more on my technique. We were pretty focused on that first shooter. And, analyzing my shooting at the casino this last weekend, I shot twice and I had like a 4 to 5 roller. So nothing great this last weekend. And in analyzing, Monday morning quarterbacking my own throws, one of the things I realized is I was trying to be focused, but I really was not in that zone. And that's one of the things I need to work on getting into a little bit easier, a little bit faster, especially when I'm in the casino, is getting into that zone so that way everything is repeatable, everything is the same every single time. If you're not in that zone, sometimes things just veer off a little bit and you're not doing the same thing every single time. So again, I'm not going to do any betting. I already made go for the day. So blue collar crap style, you get off the table, end the session. So Lazy Dog's going to warn me once because of that no 3 entering into the Crapsee. That's funny. But all bets set here. 3-2-3-6. We're going to roll them back. We'll go 2-4-6-4 for our dice set. And dice out. By the way, that last one was a warning shot, so we'll hopefully not get another one here. That right one bounced up and rolled right around. We have a 5-1-6, the KitchenAid mixer. So 5-1-6, 6 will be our new point. And 6 is the hot number for the day. Kind of back on that whole Walmart topic and that, with the kids and that. And one of the things I'm trying to teach the kids that are around my house, because I have kids and I consider kids 24 and younger, which is all the kids that we have. My girlfriend and I, we have 6 kids that we helped raise in this house. And my big statement was, just because you can doesn't mean you should. So remember that. Just because you can does not mean that you should. So if you can get a pack of gum out of the vending machine for free, doesn't mean you should, even though you can. And I use that as an example because that is exactly what happened one time. One of the kids found a vending machine that had the little packs of gum, and the buns were just popping them out for free left and right, and they took out like 15 packs of gum. And I'm like, guys, bring it right back to that receptionist there, because just because you can't do it does not mean make it right, does not mean that you should do it. But you should let them know that that happened. So. Lazy Dog says his house is never lie, never steal. I wish that was the rule here. My biggest pet peeve is people that lie. So I do not like lying. I am bluntly honest and almost to a fault. But let's go all bets set. Some people call it politically incorrect. I call it bluntly honest. So dice out. 3, 2, 3, 6. Ooh, I veered off to the right a little bit, but we got 4, 2, 6. Kevin the Carpenter 2x4. So the right die kind of stuck, did not go down any further. Kind of hit the back wall and stuck down, but we got a 6, so that is a Buckeye buckshot. So point made. It was sold to gum at baseball practice. I'm not surprised my kids didn't do that either. But anyhow, so that's a 4-2-6. We'll be coming out looking for a new point. 3, 2, 3, 6. 16 people still playing on Crapsee. We still got 25 people watching on YouTube. 15 likes. Make sure you guys give me that thumbs up. That does mean a lot. Helps support the channel and helps get the videos out a little bit better to everybody. And we'll call this all bets set here. Dice out. That was a little bit higher of an arc that time. And this time we got a magic aces. Wow, the 1-1-2. Larry is showing up finally. So if you're playing at ATS, that's one of the bookends, one of the hard things. But that is a pass line come out loser. We're still looking for a point here, unfortunately. And that's an implosion of that left die. That was a single pitch on the right die. So that was an implosion. And a single pitch towards us. So implosion, that's a safe result. So if it was a single pitch away from us with that implosion, that would have been a warning sign. So let's call this all bets set here. Still looking for a point. Dice are not comfortable. We'll regrip them. A little bit high energy again. And this time we have got a KitchenAid mixer again. So let's mark the point. Got it, Ryan. Got it finally. Mark the point. KitchenAid mixer 516. Our new point is 6. 6 is the hot number. Start pressing it up and hopefully make some money off of it. You got 8 rolls on the 6 so far out of 23 rolls total for the day. Again, that was a single pitch on the left die, single pitch on the right die. And that was both single pitches towards us. So that was a primary in the back side. 3, 2, 3, 6. And let's go dice out. And I like the energy on that roll. We have a 415. That would be the truck and camper. So 415. So out of 24 rolls between the 4 6, and 8, we've got 15 rolls. So 15 out of the 24 has either been a 5, 6, or 8. So tell me that you cannot have some kind of repetition in the dice results. I mean, that right there is enough to prove that to you. But anyhow, we got a 3, 2, 3, 6. And we'll call that all bets set. Dice out. Both dice landed, they rolled over towards the left. And this time we got a 2, 6, 8, the Duracell 8. Go out, support free live craps. Give that thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoy, and only if you enjoy the content. So that was a single pitch on the left die. That was a single pitch on the right die. So that was a primer on the front side. So I will take that. 3, 2, 3, 6 is our dice set. And this will be roll number 7 coming up on this shooter. And we'll call this all bets set here. Dice out. Left eye popped up, and we have another trucking camper, 1, 4, 5. Trucking camper, horse and buggy. So definitely seeing repeat dice results today. Big time. We've thrown quite a few trucking campers. If you're trend betting, you should be bringing money back to the table nicely. So that was a 1, 4, 5. That was an implosion of the left eye. That was a double pitch on the right side, which is a habit that we had earlier on in the day so far, was that double pitch on the right side consistently. And let's call it all bets set. Dice out. If you guys are new to the channel or new to Crapsee, because new players can play on Crapsee on this table. They have a $300 buy-in. Make sure that you consider subscribing to the channel. Make sure you consider getting a subscription to Crapsee as well. Dice out. Oh, that one veered off to the left. I did not stay on my line that was following her, and this ended up with a 5, 2, 7. Ouch. So we got time for one more shooter here. We'll go for shooter number 4 coming up here. So we'll finish it off with a 5, 2, 7, and that was 9 rolls long, 8 rolls long. So we had a 14, a 5, and an 8 so far. SOR is at 9.0 right now, 6.8 for the SRR, so those are both slightly, and I emphasize slightly above average. So 3, 2, 3, 6. And let's go all bets set here. We're not going to do any betting here. I'm just going to roll them out for you guys. Concentrate on getting my throwdown. Again, if you guys are just coming in here, this is the second day throwing from the end of the table. I've not thrown from the end of the table for quite some time, 1.5 years, 2 years now. So this is relatively new for me. I'm trying to train myself, and I like throwing the way today than what we were doing yesterday. Yesterday we were using that Ice Magic toss, which is an off-axis throw, starting at the back of the wall, and then you come up and you rotate your hands so the dice are off-axis. Today we're doing par style grip again, back of the wall, we come up, and this time we're releasing them so they're square to the back wall and square to the table itself. Call that all bets set. Dice out. And So far today, except for that second shooter, you guys should have been able to get out of the shooter and make a profit on the rolls. So that's a good thing. Oh, I veered right again on that one. And this time we got a 3-3 hard 6, the double degen. So our point will be a 6. That's a primary on top on both dice. Good morning, John. It'll get groove into the end pretty quick. It's actually feeling relatively comfortable today. Again, my table is just a little bit over 12 feet. It's like 12 foot 3 inches or 12 foot 4 inches, somewhere on there. But it's essentially a 12-foot table. And it is a big difference throwing that extra 3 feet, these small dice, and trying to get them to land with the same amount of energy, the same, similar revolutions on both dice, all that type of stuff. So it's a little bit of an adjustment, but I'm liking it so far today. This is our second day doing this. 3, 2, 3, 6. Dice out. And I'm getting pretty close on my landing zones as well. That one had a little bit of high energy again. 5, 2, 7. Ouch. So that was a short roll. I think that's where we're going to end it though today, guys. Let's get this entered in a Crapsee here, and then we'll go through and we'll look at our statistics for the day. These the last shooter here ruined my statistics. Damn it. But anyhow, let's look at where we're at for the day here. So far for the day, we had a 14, a 5, an 8, and a 2. So that last one was crap. But we had a 7.3 SOR, a 5.8 SRR, one come out 7 today. And look at those 6s. Holy mackerel, they are way off the chart. The 5s are up there quite far as well. So box numbers and inside numbers are way above expected. 4s and 10s are low today. Come out 7s are low. Horns and fields were almost non-existent, and the hardways showed up quite a bit. If we look at our black belt statistics, this is through the end of yesterday. We had 520 throws on black belt so far. We have an SOR of 9.99, SRR of 7.18, and a BSR, which is a box numbers per 7 ratio of 6.68. So we're just slightly under our goal for black belt, and the goals that I have set are pretty aggressive goals, having a 10.5 SOR. If you could do that after a couple thousand rolls, that's a pretty significant number to try to achieve. So Lazy Dog says he's up $400. I was up just a little bit over $200, right about the $200 mark. So hey, guys, thanks for joining me today. And I will be going live again tomorrow morning. Make sure that you guys do stop back. My name is Joe. This is my Craps Master Dice Shooting Journey. Let's make it yours too. Everybody have a great day, a safe day, and be prosperous.